All right, episode 10 of the 01 Shootout. We are underway. This is Mark Rebin coming to you from Champaign, Illinois, joined by my buddy Minders. Minders, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm peachy.
Peachy, Peachy makes me concerned. I feel like you might be being sarcastic there. Oh, you
I
got your
got my
buddy with
basil
you.
pillow.
So, Minder, why do you have Basil with you today, Minders?
Oh, and the fact I'm not wearing a podcast shirt or
Well,
uh,
anybody that knows you knows you've got like a million Jimmy Carrot t-shirts. So.
I do. So yeah, it's Jimmy Carrot Day on this podcast.
Jimmy Carrot Day number 2.
Yes,
He's our first return guest. He'll be joining us here momentarily, hopefully, and
hopefully.
then because I'm sure he's got a lot to talk about regarding one Jacques Kennedy.
Well, he's
And
probably looking for some reception if he's still out in the middle of nowhere. So
yeah, I don't know where he's going to be because if you guys remember the last time he called in, he was in an undisclosed like forest location, and the reception wasn't great, and that was also on my end too. The nice thing is that this time at least I got the camera and
we
the
can
audio
hear
working on
you.
mine. I know, isn't it nice?
It is.
Yeah, that got on COC's dad gave me such a hard time at the Thursday night show last time because I hadn't figured it out yet. But but hopefully he is pleased. And Floyd too. Floyd was
Yeah,
he let me have it a little bit.
yeah.
So there's
Everybody's ready for you to get a mic that worked. So
yep, well, here it
or
is.
your
So
audio figured out. We'll put it that
that's
way.
right. And that is done. So we got some things to discuss while waiting on Jimmy Minders, namely what happened this past Thursday in Edgewood. Uh, we had Dallas and Chris O'Brien, and the end of that match got a little exciting
It did get a little
because
exciting.
our buddy got kicked in the face, Minders.
I well, don't stick your face where it doesn't belong. Just
Well,
saying.
I don't know. I mean, that Chris O'Brien is trouble. You know, he's not whacking people with a chair. He's kicking managers. It's just
Right?
I don't know. He's so so
So glad
with
the
that.
low lives pay our paycheck. I'm
Oh,
kidding. I'm
you are
kidding. We
kidding.
don't get paid.
We don't get paid for this.
We don't get paid for this.
We don't get paid for the show minutes, but we do get paid for t-shirt revenue. And I think that's a good segue here.
Yep.
ProWrestlingTees.com. These are the 4 t-shirts for the show out of all the other ones from Jumping the Rail podcast and the network. But these are the ones that basically are in tribute to our little shootout here.
I
And
really think the name doing name things is my favorite.
yeah, that's probably that and Dallas is my buddy. I think are the 2 most organic ones
Yep.
because they just, they literally came out of our conversation last week.
I
I was like,
know.
those would be good T-shirts, and so I
Let's
put them
just
up
do
there.
that. That's fine.
That's how the good ones happen. But
I got the 2 others on their way. I'll probably have them by the end of the week, so I'm excited.
cool. Yeah, this one is not a jumping the rail T-shirt here. This just I
I
was in a
love it
mood
though.
one day. I was in a mood one day and went on Amazon and got one printed out.
Well, there you go. That's usually the way it works out very well.
That's true. Yeah, I got the glare off my head now. I'm getting it all figured out here.
We'll
My wife
eventually
is
get it all
yapping at me
figured
in the
out.
background.
I'm sure she is.
Oh no, I can. She cuts through even the most potent noise canceling headphones sometimes with her laughter. But let's get back into it. So the 4 ways for the TNT title, I think, start this week, right? Or is it
I
next
don't
week?
know. It might be
Because
next week.
I thought they said February. If David's listening, I'm sure he'll jump right in
He'll
and
chime
let
in
us
here in a
know.
minute. Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, there was some action. Jacques and Nixie XS, I believe is her name.
I really want to go. I want to go watch. I'm seriously considering going down tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Seriously considering it.
unfortunately, that'll make one of us. I will not be able to go this time, so it's going to be you repping the show and checking
Well,
it
that'll
out.
be
But
fine. I'll go down and represent, but
oh yeah, yeah,
I would really like to see them, her, them. I'm not 100% sure.
yeah. I'm not sure.
In person, because from what I saw on Patreon, I was impressed.
Yeah, and Jacques won't have the added benefit of one Big Man Chan in his corner for that match. If you listen to
No,
Reign Victoria on social today,
the boss
uh,
has spoken and said Chan
yeah,
cannot be at ringside
why is that, Minders?
because he interfered. Quit
It's not
interfering in
because
matches,
he's
Chan.
it. It's not because he has a match tomorrow.
Yeah, he does have that tomorrow too. I forgot about that. How did I
Yeah,
forget about that?
look at
We
that.
just talked about it before air.
That's
We got
another
Chan
side
and
effect of
Dallas.
getting kicked in the face. Big Man
Yeah,
Chan and Dallas Preacher, my buddy,
your
teaming up
buddy.
with. They're taking on DC Black tomorrow. But I'll be curious to see that on the Patreon when it happens. So
I'm hoping I get to
if
see it in
anything exciting
person.
happens and you're there, you got to let me know, Minders.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I will let you know.
All right. Well, it looks like
We got some
our
people in
guest
the
has arrived.
comments. Has our guest arrived?
Our guest has arrived. Uh, yeah. Oh, Barry's in the chat too, Minders.
Yeah, I saw that.
I could drag this out and just drive you nuts a little bit, but I'm not going
No,
to.
don't.
Uh,
Yeah, you've already given me enough of a hard time today,
I know, I
okay?
know, I know. All right, so let's introduce the guest. He was our first guest on our first episode, Minders. He's going into February 25th in a three-way with Devontae Knox and Jacques Kennedy, and we'll get into all that. But let's go ahead and bring him in. Say hello to the Powder Keg, Jimmy Karryt. Jimmy, how you doing, man?
Well enough. Excuse me just a moment while I get everything set for you guys.
Oh, sure.
So he's out in the middle of
I gotta say,
nowhere again.
the lighting is much better than the first time.
Yeah, it is.
I brought some spare lighting this time just in case, but as it stands, I've still got my fire, so everything's right now.
Sure.
Everything's gravy right now. We still got daylight, Basil and I.
Yeah. Cool. Just chilling out in the woods, or usual deal in the undisclosed location.
No, I've been staying out here for a while. It's rather peaceful, actually. I think, as much as I hate to admit it, I think Jacques may have a point.
And what is that?
There's something to this whole liberate yourself, reconnect with nature. There's something to this whole purification process he's talking about, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out.
Right. So we were talking before the last show, the New Year's Retribution. We were previewing that and talking about your match. And I said I didn't know how who was going to win, who's going to lose, but I knew I told Minderz I thought you were going to get your pound of flesh out of Jacques one way or another, and it sure does seem like that happened.
Well, that was a given. I was going to get my pound of flesh one way or another, exactly like you said. Jacques had it coming. They are one of, if not the toughest athlete in 0-1 that I've ever been in the ring with, and I'm not afraid to admit that I might have underestimated Jacques a little bit walking into that one. But now I know a little bit better, and I think now Jacques knows more of what I'm willing to do. We had 2 referees go down just for the sake of my match. So, I don't know. Maybe they've learned a lesson.
Yeah, and I got to point out, they tapped out, after the ref went down.
They did tap out.
They did. They tapped out. I heard you guys chanting, they tapped out. That was pretty cool.
I might have been leading that chant. Oh, no! We lost him.
We lost Jimmy for a second. Hang on. We'll get him back here in a second.
He'll be back.
Yep. All right. So while we're waiting on Jimmy's, signal in the woods can be unreliable.
Sketchy.
Oh, there we go.
Bring him back in. Get him back in.
Jimmy, there.
There he is.
Sorry about that. Give me a second.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
As you can imagine, with filming something out here, Excuse me. You're going to run into your fair share of technical difficulties.
Oh yeah.
We have our own fair share of technical difficulties, and we're not out in the woods.
Well,
Sometimes I'm in the figurative woods.
I would trade you in a heartbeat, I'm going to be honest with you. Because as nice as this is, it's a little cold. I
bet it is.
Yeah, it's usually I prefer a little bit warmer when I'm doing my camping, but you know, it is what it is. Let me ask you this, because we were talking about the last show, and
yeah,
when you were done, you said that you weren't done with Jacques yet. So fast forward to coming up on the 25th, you've got Jacques again, but this time they've kind of thrown in a monkey wrench. They got Devontae in there with you. How do you feel about it being a three-way instead of getting Jacques one-on-one again?
You know, well, let me clear this up real quick, because I know that there were a lot of people. Minderz, you were in the vocal majority of this one. There were a lot of people, excuse me just one second, that were complaining quite a bit that I took out a referee before the bell. Basil, I got it. That I took out the referee before the bell. And Jacques took out the referee during the course of the match, which would mean that Jacques is disqualified. Looking back on it, yeah, in terms of wrestling rules, you have a point. I got to be honest, I actually side with 0-1 on this one. I know how I feel, and I know how anybody in my position would feel having a labrum completely torn in half, needing a surgical repair and making the fastest recovery of anybody that the doctor knows of on said surgery. I know exactly how I feel, and I know how anybody in my position would feel, but that doesn't give me or Basil or anybody else the right to strike an official before or after the bell. So, say what you want. I actually do, unfortunately, side with 0-1, ruling that a no contest. So, congratulations to them on being moral, upstanding citizens. What that leaves them with now is where we are. See, I don't mind the fact that Devontae is in there with me and Jacques. As a matter of fact, I couldn't be happier for Devontae. But as much of an opportunity as it is, Devontae needs to realize just how detrimental it can be. So opportunities are one thing. Putting your career on the line for the sake of glory is not something you should do. Like,
Uh-oh.
I didn't get buffering again.
Again.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, he's got two going now. Okay.
What I was saying was putting your career on the line for the sake of glory isn't something that should be taken lightly. And Devontae, that's exactly what he's doing, stepping in between me and my target in the form of one Jacques Kennedy. So I don't mind it being a three-way. I think triple threat matches are fun. There's a lot of bodies. There's a lot of different ways I can contort bodies and make people scream and get to hear all the nice, fun little sounds they make when things go bad. But in terms of everything else in the match, well, I'm taking their life in their hands.
He's got a point. I'll agree. I'm agreeing with Jimmy on this one.
Far be it for me to disagree with Jimmy.
Yeah, don't disagree with Jimmy. That's not a good idea.
No. We can have respectful disagreements. Basil's on my side now, and he's being a lot nicer since. I think Basil learned a thing or two during my shoulder surgery too, and the fact that we're not our opponents aren't the only ones who are in fact mortal. So we learned a little bit of a lesson in humility. As much as I hate to admit it, it doesn't change anything. It's not going to stop me from hurting every single person that I come into contact with, and it's not going to stop Basil from encouraging it. But who he's targeting now is interesting. We'll say that.
Okay.
Does Basil care to share on who he's targeting?
Now let me ask him. Basil. Stay. Hello. First time Basil's on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello.
Hi, Basil.
Hello, Basil.
Oh no! Basil's going to say something important, and we lost him.
I think Basil was running the camera.
He probably is. Did you see where Bari made the comment about Mother Nature's Wi-Fi sucks?
I see that. He's not wrong. The glitch is
He's
on
not.
here. Hello, the glitch. In the chat, not on the thing.
Well, yeah.
But, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Are we back?
We're back.
Sorry, we are targeting Jacques specifically, and Devontae, yes, but that's 0-1's fault, not so much Basil's choice. So,
Right.
again, it's exactly what I said before. Yeah, you're collateral damage. You're stepping into the ring with Jimmy Karryt. You're taking your life in your own hands.
Now, see, if I was Devontae and I was in Devontae's shoes, I would team up with Karryt to take out Jacques.
Yeah.
Well,
there seems to be an element of desire to do that. I don't know about how Devontae feels about it, but I've heard from a couple of different people that that's what they want. And hey, if that's the way the chips fall, I'll be more than happy to contribute. But Devontae knows. Devontae knows what a triple threat means. Devontae knows it's everybody for themselves. And so does Jacques. So we're going to stand in the ring. We're going to fight. We're going to see what's going to happen. And I'm sure that there will be temporary alliances here and there. Devontae's got a pretty good head on his shoulders, so he'll want to take out the guy who's willy-nilly going around injuring people, I'm sure. But those can't last. Not in a triple.
Right. So let me ask you this. So Jacques beats Max for the women's championship in Edgewood. Yep. Now Jacques has rebranded the title as the Shining Light Championship.
Yeah.
And that belt is on the line in your three-way. What is your take on the title? Is it something you're directly like targeting, like pursuing, or is it just kind of icing on the cake after you whoop the hell out of Jacques?
It is exactly as you said, just icing on the cake. Look, I have no problem being called any champion. You can call me the Zombie Princess champion, as Jimmy Jacobs once said. But
love Jimmy Jacobs.
I love me some Jimmy Jacobs. But you can call me the Zombie Princess champion, as Jimmy Jacobs once said. The only reason that I care about titles in the first place is because it's more money in my pocket when I win one and then defend it. So in the case of Jacques and their Shining Light Championship, hey, congratulations. You've done something that no one else has done before you, and you should definitely take pride in that. Is it something I'm actively pursuing? No. If the cards fall that I get my revenge on Jacques and I don't win the title, hey, I got my revenge. That works for me. But like I said, icing on the cake, man. I'll take the extra paycheck. And you know what? I would be honored to defend the Shining Light Championship against literally any and all comers. But unfortunately, those people come in all shapes and sizes, and I don't think that some of them are going to be ready for the challenge that it brings.
That's true. Yeah. I'll second that.
That's very true. Yeah. Minderz, you got anything? I know you're not short of finding things to talk about with Jimmy here, so I want to make sure you get your chance.
Not usually, but like I said, I did voice my concerns with the whole that I'm kind of surprised that he's agreeing with 0-1 about taking out the two refs, but I understand. And
again, Basil and I had long discussions about it, going back and forth, and he's on one side of the fence and I'm on the other, but we came to an understanding, and yeah, in the end, he was right. It surprised me that he took the side. You get my point. In the end, he was right about things. I stepped out of line because of a personal vendetta, and wrestling rules are sacred, so they should be treated as such. Listen, it wasn't my proudest moment, but I'd do it all again in a heartbeat if it meant I get my hands on Jacques' little throat. So,
right.
So is Basil going to take out the flowers?
I don't know. I haven't actually talked to Basil. Well, you're right here. We might as well talk like you're actually part of the conversation. Excuse me. No. Basil seems more interested in wearing the crown. Can you imagine? If Jacques' actually right? Imagine if there is some mythical purification properties to the crown of thorns. And imagine for 1 second, because I'm not an idiot. I know that Basil is a mask. I'm well aware. He talks to me. God talks to you. I don't hear it, but it's the same thing. So imagine for 1 second if there is actually some purification powers to that crown of.
Oh no. Ah! Making a good point. Damn Mother Nature's Wi-Fi. He'll be back in a minute.
And for 1 second that there is actually some purification powers to that crown of thorns. Now imagine, if you will, how bad it could be when a malevolent god gets their hands on him. Basil, Jimmy Karryt, and the power of purification. I fear for the world.
I'm a little concerned too. I'm not gonna lie. although I am a disciple, so I should be good.
Well, we welcome you to the cult with open arms.
That's true. I'm a disciple pro tem. I'm still working my way in. You know, I'm still kind of new.
Fine.
So you came back and
you'll find in one way or another.
So you came back in December, and I guess ahead of schedule for all intents and purposes from your injury. So I gotta ask, how's the shoulder feeling? Like, I'm not gonna ask like a percentage because I don't want you to give anything away, but you know, is reasonably good condition?
I'll take this one if you don't mind. Yeah, it's actually the most surprising thing in the world, because I was expecting to come back and have some some limitations, some range of mobility issues, range of motion, things of that nature, and I didn't, surprisingly. I was in the ring with Jacques. I'm sure you noticed I got dumped on my head once or twice, but surprisingly enough, the thing that hurt more after that match was my neck. So I mean, all wrestlers have neck and back problems. That's just a fact of life. But yeah, surprisingly enough, my shoulder held up extremely well. So I don't foresee any problems in the near future. But then again, I didn't have any problems before Jacques decided to change that. So you never can tell with people, can you?
A quick hola to LDLC who just popped into the chat there. So shout out to him. Gets quite a few people in the chat there. If anybody's got any questions for Jimmy, throw them in there and we'll throw them out. But I don't know if you heard Jimmy.
See where Bari in there says that Jacques and Jimmy have only just begun their dance.
Let's hope so. I'm not gonna say that they and I are destined to do this forever. We're not Joker and the Batman here, but you know, I can see this going for a while.
As long as you get yours, I'm fine with it.
Oh, I'll get mine.
He has not yet begun to get his, to paraphrase, I think it was Nathan Hale, whoever it was in the Revolutionary War. But this does sound like a huge nerd.
Yep.
So Jimmy, I don't know if you heard this. Yeah, well, stop it. So the 01 made the announcement today that in March they're going to be bringing War Games back in Decatur. I don't know if you heard about that yet or not.
In Decatur, huh?
Thought it was May, Mark.
Might bring some bad memories back for you. But
bring some back for me.
Yeah. Well, you're not the only one. Imagine being in my shoes and seeing what I saw. Yeah.
It's in May, Mark, not March. It's in May, Mark, not March.
It's in May? I thought it was in March. Okay.
May 6th.
May, you're right. You're right. It's
all right. Well,
May 6th, David says. Okay.
Well, that's news to
me on here.
Oh! Well, wait till he comes back. He'll have something to say about it.
Wait till he comes back. Yep. Oh, looks like Barry's got a question for him, so when he comes back in, we'll get that to him.
All right. This is exactly, Stacy, exactly.
There we go. All right, we got
so
Jimmy back.
What were you saying about War Games? And then we got a question from our fans for you.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Yeah, this is news to me. Welcome news, as a matter of fact. See, Basil and I, we bond over things that most people would consider unpleasant. coming off of a 30-foot ladder through 2 tables, bruising my tailbone, having bruises all the way up to the center between my shoulder blades, and not being able to walk for 2 weeks. That's something Basil and I, we spent a lot of time together during that time. We had a lot of deep conversations that you wouldn't have thought would have come out of us, but we did, and we bonded. So for me to get to go back to the Decatur Civic Center, where I plummeted to my near death, where most people would be timid, I'm excited. I've been an adrenaline junkie my whole life, and I don't think that's ever going to change, unfortunately, no matter how badly my body gets broken down. But for me to go back there and get to atone for what I consider to be a black spot on my career, that's exactly what I'm looking forward to doing. I'm looking forward to stepping foot in the Decatur Civic Center. I'm looking forward to taking some poor, unfortunate soul to their absolute limit and avenging a loss that, quite frankly, should have never happened. Avenging an attempted murder by committing another.
Oh boy.
So we see it there. David popped in official venue announcement next week. So it might not even be this Decatur Civic Center this time, Jamie. But I guess that remains to be seen. So our buddy Barry has a question for you. He's asking, who is your favorite opponent?
That is a very loaded question. Favorite? Favorite in terms of what we were willing to do to each other, I gotta say Bloody Harker Dirge. Not a whole lot of people will remember him, former 0-1 heavyweight champion. He was the absolute man. He and I went back and forth time and time again. And there's one specific one. I'll see if I can send you a link. Maybe it's on YouTube later. You can throw it up at the end of this podcast. By the way, sorry about my glitches. I hope we can fix this in post. But
there's no
We're
post.
live,
That's all
dude.
good.
We're live.
Sweet. That works even better.
I'm not that tech
case,
savvy.
You'll have to bear with me. And you guys too, all the fans and viewers and other people, cretinous humanoids. Disciples of Basil. So he and I did something. It was a Halloween Horrors match, which I didn't know what the hell that was. It basically equated to a no disqualification, falls count anywhere type of match. It was a hardcore match. And we beat the snot out of each other. Like I have had bruises. My back was bleeding. His back was bleeding. Hit him with a trash can lid. He knocked me down a flight of stairs. It took like a spear while I was holding a chair and him giving me a pile driver to finish me off. And it was one of the damnedest things you'll ever see. So yeah, that's probably my favorite match and one of my favorite opponents. But to speak of current people, I gotta say I really love Jake Lander. There's something about the way he and I, that's a guy destined to do this forever. That's a guy that we're definitely in that category. There's something about him where he's nuts, man. He's willing to take everything that I give him and he's willing to keep throwing. And to that same end, and here's one a lot of people wouldn't think of, Christian Rose. Christian Rose and I had a series of matches clear back in like 2011 or something. That goes to show you how old I am. And we just beat the tar out of each other. I think another hardcore match, I think he won by hitting me straight between the eyes with a kendo stick. Full top to bottom, 12-6 swing. Nothing in the way. It was probably the most painful thing I've ever dealt with. That might have been surpassed now.
I don't know. I'll take Jimmy Karryt versus Lander anytime.
Yeah, me too.
That's great.
I was just to throw out my take, and just from what I've seen online, I never seen you two face to face, but I really get a kick out of watching you and Cobra on video.
Cobra's another one. See, this is what I'm talking about. I could be here. I will be here all night, but I could be out here all night just discussing favorite opponents, and it still wouldn't touch all of them or even come close. There's so many people. There's so many extremely talented people that I've been in the ring with and been fortunate enough to share that experience with. That like I said, listing them would take far too long. Another one for the record books would be Austin Lane, but you'd have to look those matches up online. He's a major talent from the Arkansas area. He's very good, and we made magic.
Barry just mentioned he enjoyed your series with Shank over at UWC.
There's another one. Man, I wish he was still wrestling. Stuff he and I would do to each other just for the sake of 0-1.
Oh, Mark, you have to ask the question that Floyd just put up.
I'm afraid to ask this question. Our buddy Floyd
you should be,
Fisher
because he would do it. I know he'll do it.
Yeah, will you? He's asking, will you ever show up on a Thursday night show? Would love to see a dive off the balcony. I don't know what they're asking quite a bit of you there, but yeah.
No, they're
You
not.
ever
No, they're not asking.
plans on popping into Edgewood sometime for?
I would. Schedules are a funny thing. We all have lives outside of this, and unfortunately for me, this is one of the first times I've heard about the Thursday shows. Not through a lack of marketing, I'm sure, but just through the fact that I don't spend a whole lot of time on cell phones out here. So,
Right.
And yeah, if there's where are the Thursday shows? Do we know off the top of our head?
Edgewood,
They're with
Illinois,
the dojo
down south of
in Edgewood.
Effingham.
Edgewood. Where is that?
South of Effingham.
South. Yeah, I suppose that's possible. And in terms of diving off the balcony, never rule anything out. As long as I'm in the room, everything in the room becomes a weapon. This is one of the very few things, one of the very many things that I learned and took with me from all my years in martial arts, is that everything in the room becomes a weapon, and the deadliest weapon is the body, so why not hurl the body off of something to become a weapon?
Well, yeah, there you go. And, Jacques is there just about every week, so you'd have plenty of chances to get your hands on Jacques.
You know what? I might look into that. I think I know what I'm doing when I get off this call.
All right. Sounds
Hey,
good.
I told you I was going.
DLC says "Hola, Jimmy," so LDLC's.
Actually, if LDLC saying it, it might be "Hola, Hemi."
Well, you'll have to forgive me if my high school Spanish fails me. I can also say "Hola," but that is all I got. I can order a hamburger. That's about it.
There you go. I've got very rudimentary Spanish, so if we ever get DLC on here, we're gonna need some sort of Google translator. Or something.
Oh yeah.
I think we ought to let Jimmy go. He's starting to lose his light.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy, thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit today. Like I said, you're our first repeat guest, and you got an open invite anytime. You got any signal in the woods there to call in and hang out with us. But we will see you on the 25th.
Oh, of course. Lots of fun in this podcast, and I look forward to making a hell of a lot more. And speaking of firsts, I look forward to on the 21st or 25th, excuse me. Speaking of first, I look forward to getting in the ring, not for the first time with Jacques, but I look forward to the second time with Jacques. I look forward to Devante. I look forward to getting my hands on both of them and making them both realize that accepting a match just because somebody books it is never a great idea. And I look forward to teaching, as I have been, all of 01.
Oh no!
It's like the most terrible time for his phone to cut out.
You know who? I blame Jacques. I think Jacques is tuned into nature a little bit, and maybe Jacques kind of eliminates the signal in there. So I don't know if Jimmy's going to pop back in because he was kind of winding down. But
I hope he does. I want to know what he was going to say. He's got me in suspense.
Yeah.
So
he had a lot to say.
He did.
A lot of interesting things to digest here. I guess one of the big takeaways, he might wind up in Edgewood sometime for Thursday Night Throwdown. You never know. And Floyd, shame on you, by the way.
Yeah, Floyd. You realize you're going to give me a heart attack. No, you're going to give me... Oh, don't worry. As soon as he walks in, he'll see it. So it's whatever.
Yeah.
Remind me. I'll have to send you...
The ring isn't that far away from the balcony. Oh, hang on.
I'll send you... Oh, is he back?
Yep. I'm back.
You're back.
All right.
Sorry.
So what were you saying now?
I was simply saying I look forward to being in the ring with Jacques and Devante. I look forward to teaching them that they shouldn't take a match just because somebody signs them up for it. And I look forward to teaching all of 01, just as I have been, to obey Basil. See you soon.
Yep.
Yay.
All right, Jimmy.
We'll see you in 25th.
25th.
Yes. All right. Yeah.
Yikes.
I like the dueling Basils there at the end.
Right.
You're holding up your...
Mine isn't near. Mine obviously is just the one he has that he sells and isn't the original, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, he's still in the window there, but
he'll disappear. It'll be fine. Poor guy. Poor. that Mother Nature and maybe Jacques and those flowers are messing with him. I don't know.
You never know. Well, I think we'll be able to find out because I think next Thursday or next Wednesday, I think we're going to have not only Jacques Kennedy, but also one enthusiast, Big Man Chan, joining us if schedules are copacetic. We'll probably find out tomorrow. But that should be very interesting considering what Jimmy had to say today. So,
well, I promise, Mark, I'll be good.
okay. Well, you never know. By next week, maybe Chan might have a new job as a PA announcer for the USFL.
That
He's
yeah,
I think he had his tryout this
thought
week.
it was the XFL or whatever.
It's either XFL or USFL. It's one of those other
I think
football
it was
leagues.
XFL. I'll double
It
check.
might be
You
XFL.
talk for a minute. I'll figure this out.
Okay, I'll talk for a minute. So thanks again to Jimmy Karryt for joining us from his campground. I guess Wi-Fi in the woods is never easy. I know that from experience. And yeah, the lighting was better this time on his end. The
days are getting longer.
Days are getting longer. He had a lot of interesting things to say about not only about Jacques, but also just the collateral damage that is Devontae Knox in that three-way. David just clarified XFL this morning was his tryout.
I thought so.
Thank
I thought
you,
it was XFL.
Yeah, I'm so confused because USFL season's starting like in 2 weeks, and then the XFL starting around. I was just all turned around. So we got that to look forward to on the 25th, and like Jimmy said, you never know, maybe he'll pop up in Edgewood sometime. So you might be going to Edgewood more often.
I'll send you a video.
Yeah,
I have a video.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get into what we're gonna see like this week and on the 25th, Minderz, because we still got some time here.
We do. Do you have the graphics for all of tomorrow night?
I do.
Yay!
Funny you ask. Thursday Night Throwdown there. You see it. There's the website every Thursday at 8 p.m. So the one we've discussed a little bit already. Here we go. Dallas Preacher and Big Man Chan against DC Black. We got into this a little bit before Jimmy called in. If I'm Chan, I've got to imagine Dallas is doing most of the legwork on this one.
I hope so.
But you never know. As I understand, Chan has wrestled before, so you never know.
I guess we'll find out what happens. No disrespect to Chan. I just feel like if you have the muscle there, why not use it?
That's true. And Dallas Preacher is one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, I know he is. He's in the chat. Did you notice?
I did notice. Didn't get a chance to say hello, Dallas.
Hello, Dallas. Hello, Dallas.
Fan.
You're our buddy.
I haven't ordered my Dallas is my buddy T-shirt yet, but it is available on ProWrestlingTees.com in low life gold.
Yes.
Let's see the glitch. Glasses purple, yellow diamond. I'm not sure what that means.
Not sure what that means, but okay.
I think that was a glitch from the glitch.
It was a glitch. Sure. But so what else we got? I know you said.
So
So, hey, we've got the 01 guy in here now. Hey, David, are they starting the 4-ways next week or this week, or what are we doing?
Okay. And while we wait on his response.
While we wait on the response.
Here we go. Jacques and Nixie XS in a rematch from last week. Last week, Chan had a big assist on that one, giving Jacques the win. So they're going to run it back this week. Rain made the edict today that Chan will not be at ringside this time. So it's going to be straight up.
I really want to go down and see Nixie. I think there was some mad props there from what I saw on the Patreon last week. So I would really like to see Nixie in person.
Yeah, Nixie was very impressive. And
yes.
Gave as well as was given there, And it seems like when Jacques started the first Thursday night, he was doing the cleanse of the locker room. And it seems like week by week, he's getting tougher opponents every week.
Yep.
So I think here's where we're going to actually kind of see what Jacques is made of. Did I use the wrong pronoun again? I forget. It just kind of.
We apologize if we mess up with pronouns.
Yeah,
We try.
I'm a hayseed. I'm not good at it. I try.
We try.
Yeah, but yeah. So we'll be curious to see what happens with Jacques when Nixie gets in there again, and who knows? Maybe we'll see a bit of an upset.
You know what? And then what? And then what do they do though with Jimmy, Devontae, and Jacques? Will it still be for a title, or will it not be?
Is this a title match tomorrow?
Okay, David's working on it for us. He just asked the boss.
Oh, okay. So it's good to have info on the
help.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on, Minderz.
Okay.
Logan Myers, who I'm digging Logan's work right now.
I like Logan.
And Logan's taking on Blake Wright. Blake Money Wright. I'm sorry, I should work the nickname in there. That should be a pretty fun match, I think.
It should be. I saw the match with Blake this past week. I'm having a hard time remembering everybody, and I need to write all this down. But I was impressed with Blake this last week. He was on the page. He was on there. And hey, I gotta agree with Barry on that one.
Yeah. But Logan Myers is a rising star. Yeah, I would agree with that. Oh boy. Oh
okay.
Boy.
Okay.
Oh look. Oh, Dallas kind of revealing the strategy a little bit. Chan's going to do the heavy lifting on that one. All right, it's good to have a night off every now and then.
Looks like Floyd has an opinion about Blake, so apparently he's not nice.
Blake is not nice.
All right.
Shots fired, I say. I have never met Blake, so I can't speak to that. But
he was kind of a heel last week on a.
He was a bit heelish.
A bit heelish.
Speaking of heels, Minderz. It's our favorites.
Boy.
The Bruisers are coming back.
Bruisers.
They're going for 3-0, Minderz.
No, they're going for 2-1.
I'm not familiar with the O'Neill brothers. The guys are taking on in this one, but
I'm not either. Next week, David said next week.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm going to say this.
You know what? I'm going to go for the Bruisers, even though I haven't seen the O'Neill brothers. So
yeah, I'll tell you what. The Bruisers are growing on me. I'm becoming a fan of the Bruisers. Just
well, you know, I'm a heel girl, so
well, yeah,
they're growing on me too. Even when
they yell at you.
Yeah.
It was cool. I didn't catch it when we were there, but I saw it. I was checking out their socials today, and they had been doing. They did a little Briscoes tribute with their gear and also with some of the stuff they were doing in the ring a couple weeks ago. So I thought that was really cool. So kudos to them.
O'Neill brothers. Yeah, there you go.
Team Ambition guys. David. Okay, thank you, David.
That's awesome. Okay, yeah. I'll take
so I'm with
Team
you.
Ambition
I'm
guys.
thinking. I'm still going to go with the Bruisers on this one, but it should be fun. Now Devontae's doing double duty tomorrow, Minderz.
Apparently.
So along with the tag match with Dallas and Chan, he's got a juggernaut on his hands. He got to deal with DLC, who's a real firecracker in there.
He is.
I'm not sure the Spanish word for firecracker, but
I have no idea.
But I'll tell you what, I'm not real familiar with a lot of luchadors like firsthand from what I've seen. DLC is I know he's still new, but he's doing pretty damn well.
I would say he's doing pretty good for himself.
Yeah, gotta get him a little bit polished up on the English, then we can get him on the podcast. So.
Or we just get a translator.
Or we get a translator. Maybe my wife can speak Spanish. I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, we'll leave that up to Stacy.
If not, she can fake it. But but that's neither here nor there. All right. Next match on here. Sorry. Winner. I got to go. I mean, as good as DLC has been, I got to go Devontae on that one.
I think it's going to be a great learning opportunity for LDLC.
Oh, absolutely.
But I and I think the end of the match is going to have such mad respect for each other. So, especially after, was it Myron Monet? Was that the
Are you,
one that was there last week that fought DLC?
uh,
I
I
think it
believe it
was.
was. I
I
think you're
believe
right.
it was.
I watched it on Sunday, and that's been like 3 days, and I've already forgotten what I had for breakfast this morning. So it's
But there was some respect shown there. Hey, I was right.
hey,
But yeah, I was gonna say there was a lot of respect in the ring there after that match. So
yeah.
whatever happens, it's gonna be a good fight. I don't think LDLC is gonna just let Devontae run all over him, but at
Oh
the
no,
same time, it's gonna be a learning experience for
yeah.
LDLC.
Uh, you mentioned Myron, and we're gonna see Myron in there, and I've seen there's been some videos circulating with this guy Brutus Dillon, and I'm very curious to see what he's all about in there.
I
But
think this is gonna be our Haas fight of the night.
I think you're right. And, I love my Haas fights,
I know you love
but
your Haas fights.
but yeah, I am very curious about Brutus Dillon and what he's got to offer. So
I'm excited to see. Well, I'm not sure where he's based out of, so I'll
parts
see if I.
unknown, I believe.
Well, of course, there are always parts unknown.
He
It's
definitely looks like
always
he's
parts unknown. He's
Parts
6'6".
Unknown University.
Holy goodness.
Wow,
That's a
so
foot and a
he's
half
bigger.
taller than me.
Yeah, he's. I think that may make him taller than Dallas, which may make him the tallest guy in 01. Dallas, if you're still in there, how tall are you, brother? Let me know.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
He is my buddy. I don't know, but yeah, that like I said, that's got Hoss Fight written all over it, and I can't wait to see it when it pops up on the Patreon, which you can get on Patreon 01 USA for as low as $5 a month, and up
What?
to I think the highest is 50. But let's see.
I'm real confused.
Brutus is 6'6". David says he's 5'9". I think he's being silly here.
I hope he's being silly. I don't think Dallas is 5'9", but okay.
I don't think Marvin's 5'9". But I'm not taking
No,
shots
because
at Marvin.
Marvin's not much taller than I am. What, Marcus? Okay, let's get back to who our matches are.
Okay,
We're jumping the rails here.
We are. We're getting sidetracked by our peanut gallery here.
We love our peanut gallery.
We do. Oh, David's
Okay.
kidding. No kidding.
I hope you are.
All right, Jesse Reigns and Theo White. And Theo's a guy who's been really impressing me the last few weeks in Edgewood. He had a match with Myron a couple weeks ago. It was
really good.
It was really good. Again, me, Hoss fights and whatnot. And I think he took on Blake Wright last week.
Yes, he did.
Which I think was what confused me because their names rhymed. That's how I remembered. But no, Theo, he's got a lot to throw in there, so I think that'll be fun. And what's your take on Jesse Reigns here, Minderz?
He's getting better each time we see him.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Theo on this one, and hey, for the past 2 weeks that we've had this podcast, or for the past couple weeks that we've had this podcast, I've had to eat crow. So I'm gonna say Theo White wins. So
okay.
If I have to eat crow next week, it happens.
Yeah. We are never afraid to admit when we are wrong, Minderz. So
nope, I will admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah. So this next one I think might be the sleeper match of the night here, Minderz. Yeah. 5-star Jesse J and CMC. Now, Jesse is a viewer / listener to the show.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, I think this is going to be a fun one. Because
I think it'll be fun, but CMC's walking away with it.
You think so?
I do.
Well, CMC
and Jesse will probably be mad at me, but there's always some wrestler mad at me, so I'm used to it by now.
Yeah. The glitch says I might go with Jesse. I think he's talking about the Jesse Reigns because that's That's when I got to stop doing back-to-back matches with guys with the same name, because that's how confusion starts. But no, Jesse, he's the guy that Jesse J. To clarify, he moves around really well in the ring. But
5-star Jesse J.
5-star, yeah. He's getting those stars up every time. Oh boy. So tomorrow is CMC's birthday, says David Cavazos.
Oh,
and your buddy
well,
has his thought, waiting on
I
CMC to
know.
turn heel and reveal he's Miro's long lost son. Let's see if CMC speaks Bulgarian.
I'm sure he could learn.
Well, yeah, it's
All
a
right.
beautiful language,
Well,
Bulgarian.
I think David just made my mind up for me. I think I'm going to have to head down to Edgewood tomorrow by myself, but I think I'm going to head down to Edgewood tomorrow. Oh, he's 6'3". Dallas is 6'3".
Well, you wear it well, sir. Still bigger than me, so. See, this is how you stay on everybody's good side, Minderz. You got to look into it sometime.
I don't know how to stay on everybody's good side.
Oh, Floyd. Really? He says it with love, folks. He says it with
does.
love.
He really does. Or at least we hope so.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Oh, I'm sure he does too.
So we got one more match to talk about, Minderz, for tomorrow. Eli Wilder and B.A. Malkin. Eli's been rolling. He has his win-loss record in 0-1 isn't reflecting it necessarily, but he's doing some of his best work since I've been watching him.
Yeah. Well, and
I really, David, come on.
I was waiting to see when you were going to see that. So,
as a journalist, I have to maintain my integrity, sir.
So I think, this is my honest opinion, I'm not a B.A. Malcolm fan, but I will say that him versus Eli Wilder, I think is going to be a really good match. I really do. There are things that I'm not a huge B.A. fan, but that doesn't mean I don't respect what he does in the ring.
Sure.
So
you don't have to like everybody to respect them.
Right, exactly. So I will say I'm going to go with Eli on this, though. And again, like I said, I've ate enough crow for the past 2 weeks that if I have to eat again, oh well, it's fine.
That's just sudden brainstorm, and there's t-shirt idea. Like few, respect many.
There you go.
What do you think?
Let's do it. How about we wait, because we got some other things that are we got some other irons in the fire. We need to see how all this stuff goes. So
yeah, and submissions from Pro Wrestling Tees have been put on pause until February 7th. So we got time to think about some of these things here. So
you put too many in all at the same time.
I think I may have. I'm a little. I get a little.
T-shirt happy. Yeah.
A little bit. I'm a man of vision and creativity. So let's talk about February 25th. Rose Has Its Thorn. This is going to be a fun show, Minderz. This card is already stacked. And I think, should we start with the main event first?
Sure. That's not the main event.
That's what Bear said.
No? Okay.
Well, not Bear. Rob, whoever made the announcement at the last show, said it was going to be the main event.
Okay.
So.
I'm surprised, but okay.
Well, it's every show should be headlined by a hoss fight, you know.
Right. Well, true. I'll be hiding in the corner most of this match.
Yeah, that might be a good place to be. Maybe I can talk David into let me into the concession area and open that window so I can just
see us poke your head out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to be anywhere near that dog collar and that chain.
No, I'm gonna keep the wife away because she tends to find just the right spot to be where she shouldn't.
All right, well, David just
confirmed that's the main event. So
I just hope it doesn't end up like I know you told me. I hope that doesn't end up like the last Conley match that involved other things, but that was the Lander and the Conley match. That was that's probably why it's the last event, so they don't have to clean up afterwards.
David, that's where I'll be. David, you might have company.
You'll have a couple of us actually.
There
Crazy
you go.
dogs ready to have. I'll
Hey,
put up
hey, David,
Mari's.
when do we get our press passes, by the way, so we
Yeah.
can get all access?
They won't get
Kidding.
us anywhere, but that
Kidding.
works.
No, just get us behind
They
the
get us
gimmick
in the
table.
main room and the concession stand.
All right. So,
Did you catch Bari's comment there?
hang on, let me see. Yeah,
That's the
let's
last
see.
one.
He's not
Yeah,
wrong.
he's not
Crazy
wrong.
dogs ready to have fun. Yeah, it's true.
Because after their little showdown the last time, and that was
one of the
without a
damnedest
match.
fights I ever seen. So the match you thought was the main event, Minders, and I'm not talking about the three-way for the Shining Light Championship.
No.
Oh,
For
let me
once,
get
I'm
Ari's comment off of there, so we have cleared up a
some room.
little. 0-1 USA Heavyweight Championship. Which low life held it the best? This is the question that they're asking. Christian Rose is challenging Joey O'Reilly. This should be fun. I think Christian has a slight size advantage on Joey.
He's taller.
Yeah, but if all the low life stack up one on top of the other, then they've got him.
Well,
But
yeah.
I don't think
know.
that'll happen.
I don't
There's
think it will
horrible
either.
leverage if that happens. Joey's going to have the numbers edge on Christian because he knows boys are going to be out there.
Well,
Not
or
judging.
will they? Will they?
I'm not judging, Dallas. I'm not judging.
There is another match happening that night.
There
That
is.
one of the boys
So,
may not be there.
One of them might not be out there. Dallas and Tony might still be able to get out there. But
Yep.
But this one, I don't know. Pick me a winner on this one here, Minderz. Joey or Christian Rose?
I'm a huge Christian Rose fan.
Yeah.
I like that damn coyote. However,
he should be coming on here in a few weeks on the show with us.
I'm so excited.
That may be a special live on a different day, but we'll have to figure that out.
But I gotta think Joey's gonna keep the belt. I think the numbers, even though Christian knows how the low lives go, because he's the one that helped set them up to begin with.
Right.
I think that's gonna be. I think
the
Joey's gonna walk out with it.
Yeah, just the low life's doing low life things, huh?
Right, just like our shirt says.
That's right. All right. So next on the list, and we'll just talk about the one you just brought up. They're gonna do it again here. The last time was kind of a fiasco because it didn't really. It's
gonna actually be a match this time.
It's gonna be I guess it's actually gonna be a match this time. CMC getting another crack at Jordan Perry, and and I don't know how.
I don't know how to feel about this one, honestly.
I hope 0-1 has a plan to actually get this match happen without having Tony and Dallas and
Dallas, you're our buddy, but can you please let this match happen? We'd like to see it.
I could ask that could get me in a lot of trouble, but I don't know that I should. And that's oh hell, I'll do it. I'm on a computer and he knows I'm his buddy. Is the problem that you think that Jordan needs the extra help with CMC? Because Jordan's damn good in the ring.
Yes, he is.
He shouldn't. I want doesn't need all the extra help from Tony and Dallas, but it's the low lives. They do things they need to.
I would say low lives do low life things in order to keep themselves as strong as they possibly can. So
and to keep the low life credibility.
Exactly. So I honestly don't feel like Jordan's gonna need the help. Although I think CMC is gonna give him a run for his money.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb here at the risk of getting struck by Dallas Preacher. I'm CMC to win this. I think CMC is gonna shock Jordan.
Yeah. It's all right. Don't put that one up. I know what that means.
I was afraid that was Dallas Pine.
No, it's just Bari. It's okay.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm saying I'm just picking the dark horse on this. I think CMC is going to take it.
Okay, you stick with CMC,
and same deal.
I'm sticking with Jordan.
And hey, if I'm wrong, I will eat crow the week after.
Just like we both do. It'll be fine.
That's right. Oh boy.
That's great.
Well, Dallas kind of has a point because he did sucker punch him at the
He
last
did.
show.
He
So-
did.
So I feel you. It's let's see.
You gotta earn your stripes some way. So
That's well, I suppose that's true. Uh, so there's a tag title match here. Minderz just announced, I think the last day or so. Country Air versus Tao. I'm not real familiar with. Is it a team that you're familiar with at all?
it is not. So just because I don't
Okay.
know what they can do, I'm gonna go with our boys from Country Air. I don't want to get yelled at again by Doc. So
Right.
I don't want Doc and Zach coming
Yeah.
down on me. So I'm gonna go with our Country Air boys.
Okay. Yeah,
But
I
I'm
wasn't sure if these
interested.
guys.
I'm interested to see what these guys can do because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of martial arts type of stuff mixed into what they do. I see
They
see
look
some
like
high
they move
flying
very.
stuff. Yeah.
I say they look like they move very quickly, so they might be hard to catch. But yeah, I didn't know if they were like from New Wave or some of the other indies
I
that
have
I'm
not
not familiar with.
I have not seen them. So
Stacy, they in the battle. They were not a battle royal.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing them.
So yeah, I think Country Air is going to keep the belts on this one, but I am very curious to see these guys in the ring, see what they got.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's the match you're paying to see. There's
a smidgen of what I'm paying is to see this match. A smidgen.
Just a penny out of the. Oh, David said we're the battle royal. What? I wasn't paying attention then.
Apparently, we didn't pay close enough attention. Brew City Wrestling.
They're from Brew City Wrestling. Okay, thank you, David, as usual. And Dallas chimed in. Jordan doesn't need us to put down 60. That's
okay.
That's you gotta have confidence in your guys there. So
yep.
And thank you for responding. And just
thanks for helping us out.
Yeah, thanks, Dallas.
Lander's door is still right there. I haven't taken it down yet. So.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's right there.
Is that the greatest prize you've ever taken from a wrestling show?
It is. It is. I think that's my favorite thing that I've gotten from a wrestling show. Well, I can't completely say that because Jimmy signed my sign a few times, so that's one of my favorites. But this is the most epic, I would say, though. Of course she does. The blue shiny one.
I don't remember that, but my bride does remember things like that in detail.
She always remembers things we don't remember.
Yes, that's true. Lander and Eli, I think it's going to be a damn good match. That's what I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing.
All right, well, then you make the call first. Which one do you think first?
I'm thinking it's going to be Lander. I think Lander's got a little bit more of a chip on his shoulder. You know, he's kind of ever since he lost that title, he's had a bit of an attitude. You know, usually as it pertains to my buddy Marvin.
Aw.
Hey, Jimmy still listens. So.
Jimmy still has Wi-Fi enough he can listen, so that works.
Yes.
So what else we got?
The other, I think I'm forgetting one. Well, we talked about it at length with Jimmy,
no,
but we got.
Do we need to go into what happened earlier today? Because I think we need to. Earlier today, I sent you a message. I said, "Hey, have you gotten all the graphics for tonight?"
Oh,
he says,
yeah, you might.
Yeah, I got 5 of them. It's fine. He sends me all the ones he has. What was the message I sent back? Please tell me you're ribbing me.
Something like that, yeah. That was an honest mistake on my part. I actually had for a second forgotten which one I was thinking because when they all get bunched together, I always miss something.
And which one did you miss?
Realized
Put
what
it back up.
The one that I missed was that one.
That's the one he missed. I was. He got a message that just said, "Are you ribbing me?"
Minderz was incredulous.
I said, "How can you disrespect our guest tonight like that?"
It wasn't disrespect. It was just forgetfulness, which is very
different. Yeah. Hey, Mark, who do you have in this one? Because everybody knows who I have in this one. Although,
you know what? Honestly, Give me the low.
Nope. Go ahead.
I think Jacques and Jimmy are gonna beat the piss out of each other for the majority of the match, and I think Devon is gonna sneak in and take the title, just because I think the other two are gonna be so focused on beating each other up that they're gonna forget about Devontae Knox.
Okay, you ready for my opinion? Because you
Please.
know. Okay, obviously I want Jimmy Karryt to win. Obviously. However, how do I feel about triple threats when there's a title involved?
You're not a fan.
I'm not a fan, but the champion always retains. So
Usually,
I have a
yeah.
feeling, I think Jacques' going to walk out with it, but I don't think it's going to be easily. I really think Karryt's going to get his hands on him again, and it's going to be great.
Anytime you're in the ring,
on them again.
Karryt, there's nothing easily about it.
Mm-mm.
I guess the big question is, Big Man going to be out there with Jacques on this one? Because man was not in. Oh, David got you. The last triple threat Marvin won. Oh, Dallas. Randers and Eggy. Oh, wow. Oh, man.
That's my new favorite. That is my new favorite comment tonight. I'm not going to lie. Yep, some Jacques Kennedy coming about. Yeah. Especially if Chan's out there, they're going to have to keep an eye. They're going to have to it's not going to be just a three-way if Chan's out there.
No, Chan will have somebody's attention. But I'm worried what Jimmy will do to Chan if he gets the striking distance. That XFL gig might go down the tubes if he has no teeth.
Or he gets throat punched, but that's beside the point.
Too.
So is that all of our matches in for February?
I believe that is all the matches announced so far for February 25th that Rose Has Its Thorn. So I think it's about time to let's see, check the comment again. Oh,
and
she's
Chan
on a roll. Chan Cannery.
She is on a roll.
Again, that is if he's there. He might not be there, but we got to pay the bills a little bit here, man. Oh yeah, and we talked about it with Jimmy there. There's the announcement, May 6th. I believe I have the right date.
May 6th.
Indicator,
yes, and they'll make
they're
the
bringing
announcement.
back more games. And yeah, David hasn't announced the venue yet for it, but that should be interesting.
I'm excited.
I like
I'll
this
be
indicator
there.
because it's a shorter drive for me.
Not that much shorter.
And
not to Mattoon.
No, not really, but yeah, well, from Champaign.
Yeah, but
no, it'll be fun. We're looking forward to that one. But they've announced the dates for the next few shows. I don't have them right off the top of my head, but they've already. I think tickets are already up for February, March, and April. But before we go, Minderz, let's pay the bills a little bit. Patreon 01. Where does my banner go? There we go. There you go. $5 a month is at the lowest for Patreon for 01 USA. You get all of the Thursday night shows. As you go up each tier, you get more perks, tickets, beverages, and concessions. I think autographs. I think there's all kinds of stuff in there. I don't have the list right in front of me.
March 18th and April 22nd. March 18th and April 22nd.
All right. Yeah, the wife, she doesn't know why I'm complaining about how long it takes to get there. She's the driver 99% of the time.
Unless I drive. Unless I drive.
Well, true.
So are you going to put up our tees again? You need to put our tees up again.
I got to throw my tees up. I had to decline a call from my brother, which means I declined a call from my nephew for a second. I'll have to call him back when I get back.
Oh, no.
So, let me get back on track here. So, yeah. So, Patreon, and then also for us, ProWrestlingTees.com. That's our 01 Shootout t-shirts, none of which have the logo on there. I'm working on that still. But, yeah, there you got it. You got Independent Wrestling Matters. You got blank doing blank things. Dallas is my buddy, which is my favorite. Dallas. And then I listened to the 01 Shootout, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
I've got
So that's
two
what
of
you get
those
to
on
pick
the way
from.
to me right now. I got two of those on
Nice.
the way to me right now.
Yeah. And when you go to check those out, check out the other Jumping the Rail shirts too, because I think you might find something that you like on there. Because we got more than a few.
I have my I Loves Heels around here somewhere, but
Yeah. One of
I
these
need
days
to
we're
get
gonna
my
get
I
Jason
Love
Pemberton
Reps.
on.
Yeah, I need my I
get that
Love
for when
Reps shirt.
JP's on. And let's see. I think that's about all we got to talk about here, Minderz. So next
At
week,
least, yeah.
yeah. So next week, the plan is Big Man Chan and Jacques Kennedy going to be joining us. The week after that, I believe we got Camaro Jackson calling in. Talk about that dog collar
Camaro or
match.
Christian?
Camaro. I think Christian
Okay.
should be the week after that.
Okay.
Christian's our go home show before the Rose Has Its Thorn on
Sounds
Saturday.
good. Sounds
And then
good.
I believe the week after that, I believe we got Rain Victoria calling in.
Ah, the boss
Thursday Night
lady of
Throwdown.
Thursday Night Throwdown.
The boss lady, yeah. So we got a pretty loaded. We're kind of in high demand, so we're going weekly for now. But eventually, we might get back to doing bi-weekly.
We'll see what happens. There might be enough stuff going on that we need to have it. So we still got to get Cobra back on here, and
yeah. And then I know we got a few other people that are interested. I put it out there yesterday, Minderz, about doing a YouTube series at when we go to Edgewood, just kind of chatting with some of the Thursday
when
Night
you're
Throwdown
with me
guys.
at Effingham, when you're with me at Effingham, I'm not doing them
Or
tomorrow.
Edgewood.
Or
No.
Edgewood, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's I have a plan. I just got to get my equipment organized, but yeah, that'll be whenever I get there. We'll take care of that. But that's something just down the pike for like a YouTube series, and yeah. So I think we have wasted these people's time enough, Minderz. I think it's time to bid everybody adieu. David says that would be fun. Yeah, I don't think I actually mentioned that to David before I put the post out, so
Whoops.
I was worried I was stepping on toes. So until next Wednesday, Minderz, with Jacques and Chan tentatively, what do you say we say goodbye to these people?
Goodbye, guys. Have a great night. David, I'll be there tomorrow.
All right. We'll see you guys in a week. Bye.
Bye.